In the year 1206, near the Onon River, a man named Temujin gathered all the tribes under his control and convened a grand assembly. Filling the authority vacuum that had persisted in the region for nearly a century, Temujin, during this assembly, assumed the title Genghis and became the leader of the Mongol nation, a confederation of various tribes. Genghis Khan was one of the greatest rulers in history. 21 years after becoming the leader of the Mongol nation, he died in 1277, leaving the state's borders stretching from Beijing in the east to the Caspian Sea in the west. He had conquered a significant portion of northern China, defeated the Khwarezmians, and captured substantial territories in Khwarezm. The lands he possessed at the time of his death were 4 times the size of the Roman Empire and twice that of the 2 great empires of Alexander. Unlike the fate of the empire of Great Alexander, Genghis Khan's empire did not crumble upon his death. His sons and grandsons continued his legacy by conquering new lands and instilling fear in their enemies, forming the largest contiguous land empire in human history. It took centuries for the Roman Empire to reach its widest borders. However, when Great Alexander became king, the state structure was complete, soldiers were well trained, and he led a ready army for conquests. Genghis Khan, on the other hand, did not inherit a state legacy from his father, nor did he take charge of a completed state structure. Temujin was a leader who built the state organization from scratch according to his own plans. However, his childhood was quite challenging. At the age of only 9, when his father Yasujii, the leader of the tribe, was poisoned by the Tatars as a result of old animosities, he abandoned Temujin and his family. Temujin settled with his family on the wooded slopes of Mount Burkhan Khaldun. However, since his family did not have a herd of animals, Temujin made a living by fishing and collecting wild fruits. In this challenging process, even though he was only 9 years old, Temujin faced great difficulties and survived. The factor behind Temujin's success lay in the extraordinary intelligence of Genghis Khan. To understand the events that shaped this intelligence, one must look at Genghis Khan's childhood. Born around the year 1162 near the Onon River, Temujin was the son of the Mongol tribal leader Yasujii. When Temujin was born, shamans found a blood clot in the shape of a clot bone in his right palm during examination. Shamans interpreted this situation as a sign that Temujin would shed much blood in his life. On his return from a campaign against the Tatars, a tribal leader who heard the news of Temujin's birth captured a person named Temujin. Upon this captive and the birth incident, Temujin's father gave him the name Temujin, meaning hard iron, in reference to his resilience. Temujin spent his childhood engaging in horse races and hunting with his brothers. However, he had issues with his half-brother Bektar, born from a different wife of his father Yasujii. Bektar saw himself as the heir to the throne, causing a growing rift between him and Temujin. When Temujin turned 9, he went with his father to his mother's tribe to find a wife. Yasujii chose a wife for his son there. According to Mongol customs, until the future wife reached the marriageable age, she had to serve and stay with the father of the bride in that tribe. Yasujii left Temujin there to return to his tribe, but on the way, he encountered a group of Tatars and was poisoned by them. Yasujii managed to return to his tribe in a semi-conscious state, wanting to see his son Temujin before he died. However, Yasujii passed away before Temujin arrived. After his father's death, Temujin and his family initially tried to join the Taishuds, who were their kin tribes. However, the Turks did not want to accept Temujin and his family. Similarly, their uncles did not offer any assistance. After a while, even the members of their own tribe started to migrate, not wanting to remain under the authority of Temujin's deceased mother. Difficult years began for Temujin and his family. Unable to claim any rights to his tribe's herds, Temujin settled his family on the wooded slopes of Mount Burkhan Khaldun to keep them alive. There, Temujin and his family survived by fishing and tried to endure in challenging conditions. In these days of semi-hunger and semi-satisfaction, when Temujin's brother Bektar refused to share the fish he caught with his family, Temujin, angered by this situation, killed his brother. Temujin was only 13 years old when he committed this murder, aiming to end the rivalry with his brother. Having faced betrayals and disdain at a young age, Temujin, who did not hesitate to kill those who opposed his authority, even his brother, believed that he had to be ruthless to gain power. However, these choices were pushing him into an even more challenging life. Temujin's mother became very angry with him for killing his brother at a time when they needed to be united, and she banished him from their midst. Temujin, who stayed in another part of the forest for a while, tried to support his family by hiding some of the animals he caught in places where his brothers and mother would find them. His effort caught the attention of his mother, who eventually forgave him. While Temujin and his family made a living with stolen and purchased sheep, Temujin befriended a boy named Jamukha from the Kakurad tribe, who was his age. Jamukha and Temujin solidified this friendship as blood brothers, and this friendship would change the destinies of both in the years to come. Living far away for a long time, it was thought that Temujin had been killed by the Tatars and Taishuds. However, life was full of miracles, and when Temujin's tribe received the news that he was still alive, they were astonished. As Temujin grew older, tribal members, thinking that he might want to avenge his father, decided that he needed to be eliminated. The tribal members, who attacked and captured Temujin, humiliated him by putting a wooden leash around his neck. However, during a local event one day, he struggled with the guard holding the leash and managed to incapacitate and kill him. It seemed like the life of captivity had come to an end, but Temujin had to overcome his enemies first. He escaped by throwing himself into the waters of the Onon River. Miraculously, the wooden leash around his neck kept his head above water. At that moment, a man going to his home downstream recognized Temujin. This man was Shohan Shira, a former soldier of Yasujii. Advising Temujin to check what they were looking for, he hid him, thus saving Temujin's life. Shohan Shira and his family, who risked hiding Temujin, dried his clothes, fed him, and after giving him a name, sent him on his way to find his family. Temujin would never forget this kindness and would reward Shohan Shira and his children in the coming years. He would even grant the rank of general to one of his sons. Years passed and Temujin became an adult. After escaping from the Tyurks and returning to his family, he established his own small tribe by raiding the Tatars, earning him fame. Now, what he needed to do was to find a woman who could continue his lineage and marry her. Temujin's search did not take long. He went to the tribe of Badajan, as his father had said before he died, and married her. Temujin's mother was a member of the Merkit tribe, and during the time of Yasujii, Temujin's mother Halini had been abducted while she was about to marry another man and married Temujin's father. The Merkits had not forgotten this event and had been waiting for the right time to take revenge. Shortly after Temujin married Bertha, the Merkits raided his tribe. Temujin managed to escape the attack, but the same could not be said for Bertha. The Merkits had captured the young woman. Temujin, angered by this situation, sought help from Tughril, the leader of the Karates and his father's old friend. During the reign of Tughril Khan, recalling the assistance Yasujii had provided to Temujin, Tughril promised to help him. Additionally, he advised Temujin to seek the support of Jamukha, the chief of the Jurgens tribe. Following this advice, Temujin, with the support of Jamukha, formed a strong coalition. In the ensuing battle, this powerful coalition consisting of Tughril Khan, Jamukha, and Temujin emerged victorious against the Merkits, rescuing Temujin's wife from captivity. However, a problem arose. Temujin's wife had given birth to a male child after being rescued, and the father of this baby was uncertain. Temujin named this child Juchi, accepted him as his son, and did not distinguish him from his other children. Later, Temujin had 5 more sons named Borte, Jog, Chagatai, Ogidi, and Tughril. In a council convened in 1389, Temujin was given the title of Khan. During this period, the Tatars were wreaking havoc by plundering the borders of the Jin kingdom in China. The Chinese ruler attributed the success to Tughril Khan and rewarded him with the title Van. Temujin, as a leader who wanted to avenge the Tatars, joined Tughril Khan in a campaign against them. They killed the tribal chiefs of the Tatars and plundered their lands, but did not achieve the desired results. The Chinese ruler rewarded Tughril Khan but ignored Temujin. Temujin was getting stronger day by day, and his victories against the Tatars aroused jealousy among other tribes. Especially Kamukha, Temujin's blood brother, began to oppose his leadership. Kamukha formed an alliance with the Tatars, Merkits, Naimans, Oirits, and Tahirs, claiming the title of Gurin as the universal leader. According to Kamukha, he deserved to be the Khan of all Mongols, not Temujin.